and that is Shedeur Sanders, going to be starting this weekend against the Las Vegas Raiders. He is set to make the first start of his NFL career, and
can we
got to see him. Yeah. Sure, let's go ahead and get some
Absolutely.
claps.
Hey, in the back, let's clap for that.
Absolutely. Get some claps in there.
And the reason I want to clap for it is because we can stop with all the shenanigans. Either he will play well or he will suck.
I know you didn't expect this twist. Kevin Stefanski just dropped a statement about Shedeur Sanders that hit Cleveland like a shockwave, and now the whole city is buzzing louder than a packed stadium in overtime. One rookie quarterback suddenly has every spotlight on him, and fans are already debating if they're watching the rise of the next big thing or the beginning of a wild mess that nobody is ready for. Stefanski's words got everybody asking what's really going down behind those closed doors. Stefanski, usually the king of straight faces, quiet nods, and calm sideline vibes, just unleashed a straight-up jolt about Shedeur's first-team reps. And this ain't one of those basic, yeah, he's working hard speeches coaches recycle every week. This one had edge, honesty, and just enough confusion to make the fan base sit up like, hold on, what does that mean? Browns fans are excited, stressed, hopeful, and unsure all at the same time, wondering if their quarterback is actually ready.
He was going to confirm that. But one thing that's sticking out to me is he trying to make it seem like Shedeur don't know his X's and O's. Let me pull up a statement in here that he said real quick. He stated, he stated, I just seen Shedeur Dillon growing a ton, both with X's and O's and all the work in individual periods. I don't see significant growth in Shedeur.
Or simply the only option standing upright right now. Let's break this madness down for real. Dillon, who was healthy not too long ago and now might still be figuring out what day it is after concussion protocol, is officially out. That means Shedeur gets shoved into the spotlight like someone who just got handed the keys to a luxury car while the cop is already writing a ticket for him. It's wild out here. Stefanski confirms Shedeur is starting because honestly, unless the Browns find a surprise quarterback hiding in a locker somewhere, there is no backup plan. But Stefanski can't just step up and say, yeah, he's the only one left, deal with it. Nah, he has to hit everyone with fancy lines about significant growth. Significant growth. He repeats it like a magic spell, basically saying Shedeur is learning, leveling up, and might even surprise folks if the universe lines up just right. And who knows, if the stars behave this week, he might look a little less nerve-wracking on Sunday. Stefanski starts off by reminding everybody that the team is preparing for all phases of football, offense, defense, special teams, as if the fans needed a basic reminder that the Browns still know what the sport even is. And when he talks about Shedeur, he keeps repeating that the whole plan is to make the kid comfortable, even though next week he might be staring down a blitz coming from a left end who looks like he studied advanced physics just to calculate the perfect angle to shake a rookie quarterback's soul. But Stefanski can't resist flexing a little. He's been around Shedeur for months now, and he swears the kid has shown significant growth, dropping that phrase like it's worth bonus points.
It's going to be quite the challenge, and we got to go to school on this football team and understand their schemes, understand what they're trying to do on any given down. So that's where we're getting started. Shedeur is going to start at quarterback. Dillon is still in the concussion protocol. He is improving. But obviously we got to put a plan together for all of our players, all of our offense, our defense, our special teams, plan of attack, and give our guys a chance to go.
Every rep matters. Extra individual work, film grinding, mental reps, physical reps, and reps that probably make his head spin faster than a football caught in a gust of wind. You feel the pressure just hearing it. Shedeur is studying everything. He's watching receivers break off routes, timing every step, analyzing defensive habits, and basically turning his brain into a quarterback version of a Swiss Army knife. One sharp, painfully detailed observation at a time. And here comes the twist. Stefanski insists Shedeur is being himself, which is coach slang for, yeah, he's still doing rookie stuff, but he isn't blowing up the whole offense in the process. That's the closest thing to a compliment you'll ever get in Cleveland. Let's be honest, though. Shedeur isn't starting only because he's talented. He's starting because he's literally the only healthy quarterback the Browns have left on their feet. Dillon's out, the rest of the room is a situation nobody even wants to imagine. So of course, Shedeur is getting every rep. Stefanski tries to dress it up like it's some glowing endorsement, but everyone can see the truth.
During his media availability, QB1 gets to get up there on the podium. No more locker room interviews for Shedeur.
Yeah.
We got to hear what he talked about the pressure leading into this game. I'll let you guys take a listen.
Yeah, for instance, I know our fans have a lot of expectations and hope, and I would be doing a disservice to myself and disservice to the organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy.
Yep.
I did everything I need to. I'm doing everything I need to prepare to.
He's getting every rep because there's no one else to take them. It's like guarding the last cookie in the jar. You take it or you go hungry. And then there's the quarterback room itself, which Stefanski loves hyping up, even though deep down he's probably joking with the staff about which defender might accidentally tackle him during walkthroughs. This whole situation is a wild ride. Stefanski keeps circling back to this whole trust theme. Trust the pocket, trust the line, trust the timing, trust the receivers. It's like he's running a trust workshop instead of prepping for an NFL game, and the message is loud and clear. If even one of the 11 offensive players messes up, Shedeur could be in real danger. But don't stress too hard, because according to Stefanski, Shedeur is learning to trust, learning to let the ball fly, learning to stay calm. But if you pay attention to the tone, what Stefanski is really saying is, please let the offensive line remember how to block this week, because if they don't, things are about to get chaotic in a hurry. And then we get the classic growth storyline. Stefanski keeps hyping Shedeur's work ethic, how he's grinding, studying, bonding with the rookie group, stacking reps, breaking down X's and O's.
Of Shedeur's first start, it's undeniable. That's what he does. He creates excitement, and you could feel it.
I was going to ask you, Tony, what was the vibe in Berea today? Obviously, we're going to get to what Shedeur and Stefanski said, but could you feel it from the whole locker room?
Well, there's more camera people there, which means there was more questions. The only one I didn't get a feeling of.
But tucked inside all that praise is the quiet reminder that he's still not fully polished yet. It's like telling someone their kid is bright, just maybe don't let him handle the family car or your bank card. Shedeur's got talent, no doubt, but he's still learning, still leveling up, and with a little luck, he might make it through the season without every Browns fan losing their mind every Sunday. Then we get to the mental reps, and this part hits different. Even when Shedeur isn't physically taking snaps, he's studying the field, watching receivers, catching every detail like a student who refuses to miss a single note. Stefanski makes it sound like Shedeur is turning his brain into a full-time NFL data processor. And honestly, he might be right. Of course, Stefanski also brings up the offensive line because he has to. The quarterback has to trust the line must protect the quarterback, the receivers must hit every route perfectly, and everyone on offense has to move like a well-rehearsed unit.
With all your players, to make sure that they're comfortable, and it's no different with Shedeur in there. You want to make sure that all the concepts are things that he feels confident in. Obviously, having been around him over the months, you get a good sense of the things that he's, fit his eye, so to speak. So definitely want to lean into those type of things. And
basically, football becomes a rugged, sweaty ballet with pads, and if even one dancer slips, Shedeur could bounce around like a human pinball. But once again, Stefanski circles back to that magic phrase. Shedeur is growing, learning, and stacking reps like his life depends on it. And then we've got the funny part of the whole press conference. Stefanski refuses to give any drama. No bold statements, no spicy details, just laser focus on the next game. But fans at home, you, me, everyone chilling on the couch with snacks, can hear the careful wording loud and clear. It's the same tone parents use when they say, "We'll see," and everybody knows exactly what that really means. Good luck, kid. Stefanski keeps praising, motivating, reassuring, but beneath all those polished coach words, everybody knows the Browns understand exactly what's going on. Shedeur is learning right in the middle of the battlefield, and every single snap has the potential to turn into a headline that blows up online.
We all know, listen, Peter, where's the guy so incredibly connected to the National Football League with sources everywhere, knowing your football backwards and forwards the way that you do? Where's the guy that was saying, what's up with the cadence issue? What's up with no first team reps? What's up with the fact that Kevin Stefanski is a two-time NFL Coach of the Year, 2020 and 2023, having a quarterback who's a rookie so flagrantly ill-prepared?
Will he show up like a breakout rookie star, or will every pass turn into a viral moment for sports Twitter to dissect like it's a crime scene? Only time's gonna reveal that. And Stefanski knows the pressure is real. He's trying hard to make sure that while Shedeur is growing, he doesn't get crushed under the hype and expectations swirling around him. Here's the funny part. Stefanski mentions all the extra work. More individual drills, better understanding of X's and O's, improved trust with the line, hours spent on tape, learning defenses. And yeah, that's all facts, but the truth behind the curtain, he's starting because Dylan is out, plain and simple. Meanwhile, Shedeur is handling all this like a pro. He's locked in, grinding daily, bringing energy that forces people to stop and rethink whether doubting him was ever smart. Stefanski loves pointing this out because the kid gives everything he has on every play. dropping back in the pocket, reading coverages, or surviving blitzes that would flatten someone who isn't built for this heat.
Shifted around what Shedeur does well, what Shedeur likes, what Shedeur doesn't like. He will be getting the reps with all the starters, including, offensive line, but more importantly, wide receivers, everybody, the timing of things. Him and Stefanski will be able to watch film together. This is big news, especially from the people that just found out like a couple days ago that backup quarterbacks don't really get the bell of the ball treatment in NFL buildings. They're certainly there. They certainly have a job.
Shedeur is fully committed. He's growing, improving, and he's right on the edge of proving whether all the hype and all the cautious coach talk was deserved or not. But let's keep it real. He's also the only healthy quarterback right now. So every pass he throws, every rep he takes, every little decision he makes gets put under a microscope like it's being reviewed by the entire internet. And once more, we circle back to Stefanski's favorite phrase, significant growth. He keeps spotlighting how much Shedeur is picking up, reading NFL defenses, absorbing the system, leveling up in the X's and O's, stacking every rep, knocking out individual work like his future depends on it. This kid is grinding every second. You get the picture. The kid is growing, learning, leveling up. But even though Stefanski frames it like praise, it's also a soft warning not to expect miracles overnight. It's that classic coach tone that says, yeah, he's improving, but chill a little. And fans eat that stuff up because it leaves room for all the speculation, jokes, wild predictions, and dramatic highlight edits that social media loves to run with. Meanwhile, the offensive line, receivers, and staff are all part of Shedeur's whole journey. Pocket trust, route timing, protection schemes, defensive reads. Every piece matters. And Stefanski keeps reminding everybody that this isn't just Shedeur out there winging it. The whole squad has to move like a high-stakes, perfectly synced routine. And Shedeur is right in the middle of it, trying to grow, stay sharp, and not get blasted by some charging defender coming in hot. But let's keep it real. Underneath all the coach talk, everyone knows he's starting because he has to.
Again, I'm not saying rookies, start and get first team reps as a QB2, Peter. Please don't get me wrong. Yeah. What I'm saying is if you know you're already starting a rookie and a rookie happens to be the QB2, and you know that the QB1 is susceptible to concussions, he's a relatively small dude. One hit can end him for the game, for the season. You know this. For the backup to be a rookie and to be so flagrantly unprepared, which Shedeur Sanders looked like.
And every snap gives him a chance to show whether he's becoming that rising star fans want or just a rookie tossed straight into the fire. That's the wild beauty of this moment. Fans, analysts, even the whole internet are buzzing like crazy. Will Shedeur shine? Will he slip? Will Stefanski's careful vocabulary end up looking wise or get turned into meme material? The suspense is real. Every rep he takes, every read he processes, every blitz he ducks, every pass, good or bad, is about to get analyzed, argued, edited, and spread everywhere. Because when you're Shedeur Sanders and you're thrown into an NFL starting role under these conditions, the whole world locks in and the storyline practically writes itself with every play. So here's the real takeaway. Stefanski has been honest, controlled, encouraging, but also cautious. Shedeur is grinding, improving, and stepping into this job as ready as a rookie can be when he's suddenly handed the keys to the offense and told to drive full speed ahead. Fans are locked in and ready for everything. Ready for big-time highlights, ready for wild drama, ready to witness either the rise or the comedy show of Shedeur Sanders. This whole story is just getting started and things are about to get even crazier. Because while Stefanski keeps throwing out careful praise and little warning labels, the truth is simple. Shedeur is living the full NFL starter life right now, whether he feels prepared or not. And nothing screams rookie development like dodging a 300-pound linebacker while trying to remember a route you barely memorized a few minutes ago. Stefanski loves calling this part of Shedeur's growth, but everyone watching knows exactly what it looks like. Shedeur is basically turning into a walking mental spreadsheet with cleats.
The Vegas Raiders. It's interesting how wild and crazy some of the conversations have gotten around Shedeur. It seems like Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur watch film together all the time. It seems like there's all this stuff that's made up about both people involved here. And I think that they seem to be fine with each other. Like
running a high-speed calculation every time the ball is snapped, trying to figure out his odds of surviving the next 2 seconds. It's impressive, it's nerve-wracking, and it's the perfect fuel for internet reactions that get posted within seconds. Then we've got the offensive line situation. Stefanski can preach trust, chemistry, timing, and perfect execution all day long. But let's be real, a rookie quarterback trusting his line is basically rolling the dice every play. One missed block, one slow step, and suddenly Shedeur becomes the unexpected star of the week's highlight reel, but probably not in the way he wants yet. So Stefanski frames it all as development, as part of the learning curve, as the natural evolution of a new quarterback trying to master the craft. And the fans, They love every second of it. They'll debate every pocket collapse, every near sack, every crazy escape like they're breaking down a legendary play in a movie. Commentators, social media, podcasts, everyone is hanging on each tiny detail, trying to decide if Shedeur's growth is genuinely impressive or just a polite way of saying, good luck, kid, you're in the deep end now.
There was probably a plan before the season of what the goal was for each guy. One was drafted earlier, Dylan Gabriel, so he was more than likely going to be the person that at least somewhat equated into the conversation. He did. The whole reps conversation thing has become outrageous to me. I have said I've gone weeks without getting reps as a backup quarterback. Here, and what people need to understand in relation to that, CC, is like team practice. How many reps do you have?
And then comes the energy factor. Stefanski keeps highlighting Shedeur's focus, his hustle, his full-speed effort, like he's saying, this kid is giving everything he's got out there, and he absolutely is. This whole situation is wild, unpredictable, and somehow even more entertaining every time he steps onto the field. But everybody knows the real story here. Shedeur is stepping straight into a mix of every fan's dream and every rookie's nightmare at the exact same time. All those extra reps, the mental work, the focus, the trust, they're all stacking up into a quarterback who's learning, performing, grinding, and surviving every single week with no breaks. And while Stefanski keeps his words careful, polished, and focused on development, the truth underneath is crystal clear. The kid is in the fire, and he's fighting through it. The fans are glued to every snap, and the internet is already preparing to either crown him as the next big thing or roast him like it's a weekly tradition. There's no middle ground with this story, not even for a second. If you thought football was simple, you're about to witness the full Shedeur Sanders experience, raw, unpredictable, dramatic, and loud. You've got a rookie quarterback rising fast, a coach trying to keep everything sounding smooth and diplomatic, and a world ready to dissect, analyze, debate, and meme every breath he takes on that field. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one.